Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everyone? It's me again, your favorite YouTube host by far, your boy, Dr. Hans, PhD, here in USA, baby, California. What is today? It's Sunday, July 10, 2022. Almost midnight. So, let's wait another minute. So, it'll be Monday. It's Monday already. July 11, 2022 in Asia's, Europe's and Africa's and other parts of the continental Americas. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Happy Sunday and happy Monday, wherever you are. I love you all. No, not yet. Oh, almost. No, a couple more seconds. Either or, folks. It's time. I'm on my bicycle again. On my freedom bicycle again. Oh yeah, the freedom bicycle. Yay! Yeah, freedom bicycle. I'm on my exercising, whatever you call the thing, the exercise bicycle. That's why I put the thing right here, and then I can just record some messages for you while I do the exercise and healthy living. And healthy food. There's some oolong tea with ice. Is it very good, very healthy living, healthy food. And here we go, Monday. It's already Monday now here. Monday, July 11, 2022. Just hit midnight. So here we are, folks. Happy Monday and happy Sunday, still in Hawaii and such. Have fun, folks. Love you all. Yeah, I'm on a freedom bicycle. And it's one of these newer things I just came up with. If you like it, great. If you don't, I don't care. Yeah. So, what am I going to do here on this freedom bicycle? Well, I don't know if I mentioned it last time before or any time before, and I don't rewatch my shows or something, and there's no script, no editing, no. I just whatever comes to my heart, my belly, and my brains, I just speak it out loud through my mouth, record it here on the camera and the phone, and then on the microphones, whatever there, and then once it's done, I just upload it to the YouTubes for you guys to watch, and then you guys can share it or not. I don't care. I really don't. So yeah, this is my freedom bicycle, where it's all about freedoms. The freedoms that exist in Taiwan, the freedoms that exist in USA, which are those: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, democracy, all that fun stuff, independence, all that good stuff, and freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of thought, freedom of movement, freedom of the press. What? Yay! So I do exercise here on my freedom bicycle, all the freedoms. Yeah, I mean, most of them, I guess. I don't know. Either or, but I do. And soon enough, I will be also, I'm inviting. I have a few what do you say, applications, or my team and I were working on bringing some more conversation partners in, might say, yeah, conversation partners as in they can interview me, or I can interview them, or we can interview each other, or but not too many, just one at a time or something. And then otherwise, everybody's welcome, and everybody, as long as they're not super crazy, where they don't fit into the, I don't know why, but either or, we can do the video chat, I guess. Yeah. And otherwise, yeah, I'm also gonna, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but if I do repeat this stuff sometimes, whatever I say, that's just because I just repeat it. Better twice than never, I always say. Better say hey twice. Hey. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And if I repeat my love messages, which I do, quite frequently and consciously, that's so that the message gets across, because obviously all the 8 billion people don't have the time to watch my messages all day, every day. I mean, that would be nice. That would be nice. So I do repeat my messages, even here on my 你好,你好,早安啊,晚上好,午上好. It's afternoon in Taiwan, so 午上好, Taiwan. I need Mendo. Freedom. Yeah. So yeah, if I like repeat my messages, my statements sometimes, and so I'll say it again and again and again, like hello, happy whatever Monday or whatever, and then I'll also say that whatever I do and don't like or something. So I have a principle which goes most of the times, I would say, which is if I don't have anything good to say about it, then I'm just not going to talk about it. Yet, and there's exemptions. Yeah, sometimes I just have to speak up, and so I do. That's my freedom of speech bicycle. Where I go, wait, 为什么这什么东西? Yeah, so I think communism is a mental disorder. It's just my opinion. And I don't think that's actually negative. I think that's just a fact. That's just my opinion and a fact for that matter. And if other people have different opinions, great. There's 8 billion of us and a couple of trillion extraterrestrials, whatever. And so I'm all for people expressing themselves. So then other people, they can make a video for the YouTubes. And then, like, I don't know, for example, I like to watch, what's his name? Sometimes I like to watch the Russell Brand. I think he's in England or whatever, he travels. And then he's commenting on a lot of American stuff. I don't know why, but I guess he does. Yeah, so and then I watch the Lex Friedman videos. He has a lot of interesting guests. Sometimes more interesting, sometimes not so interesting. But that's okay. I think it's perfect because, I mean, in a good way, because I don't think all people will ever agree on everything or anything. I mean, there's always going to be differences. That's why, entropy. I mean, everybody is a little bit different. Whatever, language and ethnicity, religion, or none, or whatever, food, or whatever, skin color, hair color, eye color, more or less IQ, whatever, jobs, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Everybody, all human beings belong to the human family. Oh, Daniele Ganser, Swiss guy. He sometimes does broadcast in English, but most of the times I think he does do his talks in Deutsch. So if you don't speak Deutsch, I think maybe they have CC, closed caption, for everybody else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't need it. But I sometimes use it for other languages on the YouTubes, which is great. Closed caption, even translation. It's cool. So yeah, Lex Friedman and his podcast, and yeah, Russell Brand. Well, Russell Brand I think he's more comedic, which is great. I don't care. I mean, I'm just with 8 billion people, 8 different, and I love to listen, and I do listen at double speed at the YouTubes a lot. So I don't know, 2-hour podcast or 20 minute only takes half the time, and I usually get everything that was being said, and so yeah, I love all that stuff. I'll recommend more, or tell you more about the podcasts or YouTube videos I'm listening to, because I run across a lot. I got a golden placard from the YouTubes, two already. Yep. Yep. First one for watching 500,000 videos. I know. I don't know how that works, but I got one. I don't know where it is. Might be a joke, maybe not. I don't know. I don't care if you like my comedy or if you don't. There's 8 billion people, and maybe they're great, maybe they don't. I don't care. Yeah, so I got my first golden placard from YouTube for watching 500,000 videos. That was like a year ago. And I was like, well, thanks, I guess. And then I got another one the other day for blocking 500,000 different types of channels. Because I don't know if you guys have realized it, but YouTube has a lot of really low IQ nonsense about, I don't know, Minecraft or whatever. Or like some people that, yeah, they send you love messages or something, so you can just block them. I don't care. I really don't. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting better, folks. It's getting better. Yeah. So I got 2 golden placards from YouTube. One for watching 500,000 videos and one for blocking 500,000 channels. I know. I know. Amazing, right? Yeah. Yeah, folks. New stuff coming up. So my Love Intology Club is growing. And, oh yeah, I do get distracted sometimes. And so I'll tell you about the Love Intology Club in a second. So, yeah, so I'm inviting whoever wants to join me on my conversations. Real life, I don't know. If they're around where I am, great. If they're not, well, then we can do the YouTube's calls, like Zoomy. She's usually not on planet Earth, so we do just talk or fake call, which is fine. I don't mind. China Ping Ping, he's usually in China having a pool party, so I'm not in China ever, so we always just call. Russia Vladi. He's usually in Russia somewhere, I guess. Sometimes he's at Ping Ping's pool parties. And so, both places I'm really not. So that's why we usually just call. And then there is North Korea Un. And yeah, he's in, I guess, North Korea or something. And sometimes he's at Un's pool parties, which to both places I don't want to go. So we only can have fake phone calls. Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, folks, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you don't get it, I don't care. I just want to get the message across. Yeah, there's a lot of shit in the world. Well, duh. Have you seen the last few thousand years? Okay, yeah, I know. Maybe you haven't, because I haven't been around that long. But I've been contemplating and researching this shit for a long time. And it's not pretty. It hasn't been pretty for a while. And I haven't been around for that long. I have been just clairvoyant for a long time. Remote viewing and all that fun stuff. And I don't know. Otherwise, I do my research, which does help a lot to increase in knowledge and intelligence. But like to each their own. I don't know. I like to cook spaghetti too, and pizza, and I'd love to learn how to build a car. Love to learn how to operate on brains, but I have not yet. I've studied other different things, and I will educate myself even further with more research and professional education, because that's the way to become more intelligent. Yeah, and that's how it works. Yeah. So the world. Here we are. Here's the world. 2022. Let's just skip to this topic now. I'm on my freedom of speech bicycle. Yeah, it's 2022. Let's. Oh yeah, I'm getting more exercise in weeks. It's 2022, folks, and I'm not a historical expert. I don't know everything, and I'm learning every day, studying something new and more. And from what I've learned in history classes in elementary school, high school, and a few in whatever YouTube's video. What YouTube's video? There's great YouTube's videos out there, folks, for researching and about history. Some are obviously different than others. That means if there's two videos saying kind of opposite things, one of them might not be true. I mean, they can both be true. For example, let's say there's a video about, I don't know, let's pick a video. A video about Russia and Ukraine right now. There's some videos that are made that talk about the Ukrainian side, where they say, oh, whatever, the Russians, blah, 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 blah. And then there is some videos from the Russian side. They say, well, the Ukrainians, blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, they both have their point in a way, I guess. I don't know if it's true or not, because I'm not there. I'm not going. I don't think my company over there is necessary. But what I mean by that is just even both sides just report their own side of the story. They both might have their points. Does it matter to me much? Well, I'm for love, peace, happiness, and positivity. So yeah, it matters to me in my heart, in my belly, in my brains, but I'm a pacifist. I don't even care if you like or dislike my comedy or my comments. I don't care. There's 8 billion people of us, plenty. I just give you my comments, and if you like them, great. Yeah. So there's different opinions, that's for sure. But also YouTube has a lot of educational resources in all different topics. Like I've mentioned it before, and I'll say it again. And in this case, for example, history, certain historical opinions. For example, Dr. Daniele Ganser from Switzerland, he has his opinion and viewpoint on certain happenings in the world. He says he is a historian, so he studies and analyzes and writes books about history as he finds it, sees it, and there's multiple people like that all around the world, different languages, different ethnicities, whatever, and he's one of them. And I've listened to his conversations and dialogues multiple times, and I'm happy he's a good human being. But also he's saying that and this is what I want to try to quote. I think he's the first guy that came up with it. From what I understand, I've not heard it much in other places. He says that, and I find it to be true, we all, human beings, are part of the human family. And he calls himself, on top of it, a Friedensforscher, which means peace researcher. Researcher of peace, or I think of peace, yeah. Researcher of peace. Friedensforscher. And I like that. I mean, if you follow my channel, I do enjoy, forecasting that we're going to have thousands of years of peace and love and happiness and positivity together. And I've done this for quite a while too. And I thought, it doesn't matter. We're all doing it together. And so he has coined the phrase the human family, die menschliche Familie, Menschenfamilie. which means human family, and thusly all human beings have human rights. With which comment or statement I do have a little bit of a I'm not sure. I mean, at least until now, maybe I'll change tonight, tomorrow, any day, whatever in the future, my opinion. But so far I'm going like, well, the idea is good, yet also we have a few really cuckoo people. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're human beings, so human rights are great, but I don't. Yeah, so some of these cuckoo people, they don't respect human rights from others. So I don't know what else we can which other ways we can deal with them. So I think we need some, ways to deal with that stuff. And so, yeah, we can call, I mean, Dr. Daniele Ganser, he can call them part of the human family, and that they should be treated fairly. But I don't know, I'm not sure, folks. If they're like, I don't know, some dictator who's killed, I don't know, dozens, hundreds, or millions of people, and I don't think they're part of the human family, in my opinion. Just my opinion, folks. Everybody else who's a good human being, I love you all. For sure, for sure. Yeah, so that's paradoxes. And so I disagree and I agree. In my opinion, it's just one of 8 billion. And then if you have one different or the same, great. That's great. I'm happy for that. Either or. So yeah, I'm inviting people to join my interviews and conversations. Also, extraterrestrials, and I'm also, some can join in person and some have to be imaginary from, I don't know, Russia, China, or North Korea, because I'm not a big communism fan, so obviously I'm not gonna meet them in person. So yeah, and it's a big planet, and there are lots of paradoxical happenings on the planet. I made a love message for truth earlier, where I briefly mentioned up on it, but truth is, paradoxical, subjective too. Like, sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not true. The truth. It's, yeah, the human brain, all psychology, the human psychology has lots of flaws. So, let's just go for this. Okay, just a second. Humankind. Here we are, 2022, July 11, Monday, midnight, whatever. And we got 8 billion people, roughly, ballpark. And obviously, there's different types. We're all, different ethnicities, different languages, different religions, different countries, different whatever. Skin color, hair color, eye color, height, whatever, jobs. And I think the difference is what makes the beauty. It's my opinion. I think within all these differences lies the beauty. I think if there is God, including Zuni, then they want us human beings to figure it out all together. And it would be boring. I mean, just, okay, so scenario planning. I'll go over it again and again and again. I do teach this stuff, scenario planning, where it's all about different scenarios. So, for example, scenario A is we have 8 billion people today. And let's imagine for this, it's not true, it's not the truth. But in this hypothetical example, all 8 billion people would all look alike and speak the same language and be of the same religion. Then it would be boring, so boring, because there's no difference. Everybody would know exactly what the other person knows. I mean, so close. Or let's imagine all the people alive today, all 8 billion people, different scenario, all 8 billion people are, I don't know, airline pilots. Then nobody would know how to, I don't know, bake bread or make pizza or hamburgers or whatever. It wouldn't work, A, and B, it would be so boring. And then, okay, so it doesn't matter if it's 8 billion or a billion or whatever, how many. Yeah, yeah. Then let's go, and then so those are just different scenarios, and we just just calculate them through. How would we, what can happen, what could be happening, what can happen, what is happening, and whatever. And those were more hypothetical scenarios, but there's also realistic scenarios where we go, okay, well, realistically speaking, today we have 2022, 8 billion people roughly, and whatever, 200 plus something countries, and 30,000 different religions, and however many languages, and whatever, different everything. So that's a realistic scenario. And then we go back, I don't know, 100 years, and then at 100 years ago we had, like, I think, if I could be wrong, but please correct me, I think roughly 2 billion people, ballpark, 100 years ago. All of us on this planet, in the human family, like Dr. Ganser says. Then 100 years ago we had like 2 billion. So about a quarter of that. So our population quadrupled since 100 years ago. I don't exactly have the stats, but for whatever reason, there was like a certain, however many, probably 200 plus minus countries, something like that, and different religions and different whatever. So there's always going to be difference. That's the point. One of the points. And then let's go back, I don't know, 500 years. Maybe there was 500 million people or a billion people, or I don't know how many, but there's always going to be different people. That's the point. And in, I don't know, 100 years, 2022, I don't know, there might probably be, I don't know, like 30 billion, 50 billion people. Why not? And of course, lots of different countries, religions, ethnicities, blah, 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 blah. The difference is the beauty. Otherwise, it would be boring. Do you want to eat the same food every day? Do you want to speak the same language every day? Do you want to watch the same TV? Do you want to watch me every day? I mean, please, if you want to, but really? I mean, but hey, if you do, great. That'll really help my channel. I mean, this one, at least, right? Either or, folks. So life is paradoxical. Some people want to be by themselves. There's small groups. I don't know. For example, some I don't know. Let's pick a few countries. Let's just pick whatever, 5, 10 different random countries, wherever in the world, and in those countries, there's going to be, I don't know, 100,000 people in some areas. They only want to be with themselves. The same color, same skin color, hair color, eye color, ethnicity, religion, language, whatever. Yeah, they just want to be by themselves and they don't like anybody else. Great. Yes, it could. I define it as racism, but it's not bad as if it's only if they're positive about it and they just don't want to be with other people and they don't hurt other people, but they just want to be by themselves. Great. But otherwise, there's lots of people on this planet where most people, I mean, many, I guess, I don't know the stats, but I would say most people don't care. They just want to mingle and eat different food and speak different languages and move around a little bit and, experience different cultures and religions and ethnicities. Why not? What's the big deal? Or, similar thing. There's a topic. Yeah, so me, I'm straight, happily divorced. I don't know where she is. I hope she's fine. If she wants to call, please do. I don't care. All my ex-girlfriends, hope they're fine. If they want to call, great, please do. Otherwise, great. I know there's plenty of women, roughly half the population, 4 billion and plus or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so yeah, in the end, and then, then we have the LGBTQAI, whatever. Great, I love it all. Doesn't matter to me. I love it. It's more differences. And however many there is, if everybody becomes LGBTQAI or whatever, then that's so it is. Doesn't bother me. If everybody wants to join, I don't know, let's pick just whatever, pick one religion. Hey, Love Ontology Club. Oh, if everybody wants to join, if just hypothetically speaking, if all the 8 billion people alive today, they want to join and all become the part, and they're all happy being in the same club, great. What's the big deal? And if some people don't want to join the Love Ontology Club, great. That's fine. I like differences. Otherwise, I mean, if all people would be in the Love Ontology Club, which includes kind of all different people, then for me it would be great. I don't care. I really don't. I'm also multi-faith. I'm agnostic, atheist, and multi-faith. I'm part of every religion that I want to be part of. I'm not part of all religions. I'm only part of the religions I want to be part of, and I only accept the good aspects of every religion. And if whatever they say, it doesn't matter to me. And if any one religion has all the answers, great. Please. I'm all for it. Would be boring though if all 8 billion people are in the same boat. I mean, it's fine. I don't care. But please, why not? That's paradoxical. On the one hand, yes, I want love, peace, happiness, and positivity for everyone. But in the same hand, I'm going like, well, I also like a few differences. I'm fine. I don't need it, but I'm fine with it. So if someone is LGBTQAI or whatever religion, and they think they're different than me, great. They think that whatever, they want to eat that food and they think that I cannot eat that food. Why? I don't get that part. I'm not interested. I'm not absolutely interested in whatever everything is. But so, I mean, I'm happy they exist and do their thing. Great. Different styles, different ways to live a life. Doesn't bother me. I mean, there's obviously 8 billion people, roughly. And so that means 8 billion are different from me. 4 billion are female, roughly. And 4 billion are male, roughly. And then there's some LGBTQAI, whatever, but all beautiful. And then I'm just whatever. So yeah, most people are different from me, and from you too. Sorry to tell you that, but I think that I'm not sorry, but I think that's the truth. It's a fact. We're all different. Most people are way different. I mean, at least half the people are gender-wise mostly different. So that's a big difference. And then ethnicity, religion, whatever, body height, whatever. Language, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's for us to figure out how to live together, peacefully. That's why I always say, for the next thousands of years, let's have peace. Let's figure out how the last few thousands of years, they didn't obviously go so well. And so like 2,000 years ago, if I'm not mistaken in history, not an expert, but there was a lot of conflicts. I think the Romans tried to take over the world, or at least Europe or whatever. And then there was the Egyptians, and Genghis Khan came a little after that. And then there was the Chinese cultures have been around for way longer, 2,000, 5,000 years, 10,000. Then, if I'm not mistaken, 20,000 years ago, roughly, there was an ice age or something, and then some people from Asia, they commuted over the ice bridge over Alaska, that direction, to North America, and then settled all of America. And then some of the Asians, they crossed the ocean by boat already 20,000 years ago. So people migrate. And they migrate because they didn't ask for permission, they just went. Yeah. And of course, yeah, there have been conflicts, which is kind of horrible. I mean, I'm a pacifist and a peace-loving person. And so, and for example, Taiwan. From what I understand, there's artifacts that have been found on Taiwan, in Taiwan, that are like 40,000 years old. Human artifacts. Yeah, which is kind of amazing. Like 40,000 years ago. I mean, obviously our, humankind has been around for way longer, but 40,000 years ago, somebody came over from somewhere to Taiwan and said, "Hello, I'm here now. Let's have a party." Yeah, and then whatever, Africa, they have settlements from 30, 20,000 years ago and whatever, 50, whatever. Yeah, so humankind for thousands of years, decades, tens of thousands of years have migrated and have developed. And I don't have any records. I don't have any videos on the YouTubes what happened there, because YouTube wasn't around at the time, and we didn't have any phones. So, at least I guess. So, yeah, and so I must assume there must have been some conflicts and some violence, because in human history, 2,000 years ago, the Romans, or whatever, the Genghis Khan and the Chinese, they always had some conflicts. That's why I'm saying, like 40,000, 20,000 years ago, those people who migrated to wherever they migrated to, they probably killed some other things, animals and maybe humans. And I think it's time for us to stop it. So from 2,000 years ago, we had like 1,000 years, we had the Vikings, and then we had the, inter-Europal, whatever, 800 years ago, the Germanic tribes, and the French, and then 500 years ago, some people from Europe, they migrated to Americas. That was obviously a horrible story. Duh. That was shit. But I think there's a lot of shit in the world. That's what I'm trying to say. So when the Vikings came to North America, whatever, 800 years ago or 1,000 years ago, I don't know. There's no records, so I don't know what happened. But since Asian tribes had already migrated and settled North and South America 20,000 years ago, I must assume that the Vikings that came to North America 1,000 years ago might have met some. Anyway, so that's just my opinion. And so the last 500 years haven't been that great, and it continued. I don't know, in the European history, that was in history class in high school, that was the weirdest thing. I'm going okay, it's one war after the other. 20 years apart, 20 years apart, 10 years apart, one more war. What, folks? What? Which part didn't they get? Oh, yeah, this guy is much better than this guy. Oh, this girl is much better than this girl. What? Obviously not. Well, duh. I don't get it, folks. I don't get it. I'm a pacifist, peaceful guy. Of course, we need protection against whatever, wild animals and pirates and whatever, and gangsters and whatever. Yeah, we need that, and we only need it because we have them. And so, yes, I appreciate. Thank you for your service, everybody. Military, police, special services, whatever. All the governments everywhere around the world that provide security for everybody. Please, thank you very much. And we only need it because we have them. Diddly dongs. Yes. And so, just from the last 100 years, we have seen so many weird things happen. From the books, I wasn't around for 100 years yet, at least I think. And yet, in the last 100 years, we got TVs, phones, internets, YouTubes, and I think we're developing faster and faster, exponentially. Great. And so let's not screw this up. Let's just be prosperous together. Let's just be happy and jolly and peaceful with each other. That's why I'm saying let's have the next few thousands of years of peace together. And for that, in order to get there, some of the people that still have the war mindset, the conflict mindset, at some point it's got to stop. We got to cut it out. Yeah, of course. I guess my great ancestors in Europe's, 2,000 years ago, somebody got, slaughtered by the Romans. So am I gonna hold a grudge against Romans today? No. I mean, at some point, it's kind of like, meh, what am I gonna do? So even if it's like just a year old or something, or not that old, at some point the whole thing got to stop. For everybody else to have altogether peaceful thousands of years of prosperous living together and love and peace and happiness. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's a jog in the mind, because like every culture has like some story. Yeah, this crew came by, this crew came by, and then they. Well, 2,000 years ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 70 years ago, 700 years ago. Yeah, well, duh. And if we don't update our brains, then we're going to continue this, I guess, for the next thousands of years. And then some of these 8 billion, whatever, they're going to press some weird buttons. I don't think that's a good idea. So I think it's better that we figure this out, folks. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you like it or not, but hey, leave your comments if you like it or don't. I don't know, folks. I think it's better for the next thousands of years for us all to pull together, for all the people who need the help. Let's provide help to them as peacefully as possible. If there's some pirates that need a little bit more education with, I don't know, some military force, well, so be it. But I mean, yeah, it's paradoxical. We're living in a paradoxical world. I bet you 1,000 years, 2,000 years ago, just as a guess, a bet, most people were very peaceful. They were like, well, leave us all alone. Just if you guys want to warmonger, then go out of the city, go into the village, into the fields, into the forest, and then slaughter each other, and then leave the rest of us alone. That's why I'm saying it today too. Yeah, I think it's time for peace, folks. I think we can do it. Yeah. Just watch my video, send it to everybody you know, and then or tell them what you think about it. Tell them what you heard in this message. People gotta update. We all gotta update our brains every day. Learn a little bit more, eat more healthily, exercise more healthily. Well, I am exercising myself on my freedom bicycle. Yeah, folks. Yeah, freedom of speech. I know. Yes, of course, there is some discrepancies in the world, and we got to figure those out. We gotta figure out how to. Like, for me, I think, yeah, just for right now, for the situation right now, there's some countries which have way lower wages. They pay very little for the work that the people do. For example, sewing shirts or whatever, and I think that. Soon enough, it has to be brought up all to the same level. So this exploitation cannot be accepted. I think that's the solution in the long run. That's why I invented the Love Intology Club. And that's why we have the ethical test, the intelligence test, and the emotional test for people to update the brains. Even if they don't pass the test the first time, they can learn which parts they can improve upon. Or any test, emotional test, ethical test, intelligence test, and then we make them become more like all-inclusive. Everybody. Not all the same, but I mean, yeah, we need bakers and airline pilots, and we need medical doctors, and we need whatever. Yeah, we need differences, but we also need a fair, balanced system. Fair and balanced system. Meaning that I don't think it makes sense that we've had it for thousands of years too. Some people, for whatever reason, they need a 25-bedroom castle for themselves. And then other people, they have to sleep with 5 people in the same room. Well, that doesn't make sense, but I mean, I guess it's how it works in some countries or some places or sometimes. So we have enough space on this planet. We have enough utilities to build everybody can get at least like a nice little apartment for themselves, and maybe if they want to and they can afford it, great. If they have a bank account with hundreds of millions of dollars and they can afford a 25-bedroom palace, please, I'm not against it. And then also, I mean, it must be like, I would say, fairly earned money. Just a second. Meaning that it should not be money that is made from slave labor or something like it. I don't think that's okay. I mean, it's just my opinion. If you have different opinions, well, but yeah, I'm certainly for, of course, someone who is like a very successful medical expert, doctor, please, if you ask me, I think it's fair if they earn more money than, I don't know, someone who just works 2 hours at 7-Eleven for twice a week. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. But I mean, so the person who works, I don't know, whatever. You get my message, right? Yeah. So a fair system, not communism. No. Not Marxism. No. It's like a fair and balanced capitalistic democratic system. But where there's upper limits. For example, someone who wants to have more income than, I don't know, $50 million a week or a year, they have to pass an ethical test. So they can show that they're not using prostitution or whatever, slave labor, to get that money, or extortion or something. And then that, please, yeah. And if they pass the test and they can show how they use the more than $50 million per year, if someone is a good, whatever, basketball player and they earn more than $50 million a year, and they obviously can show it, and then they also show like, hey, they're also helping, I don't know, 20 different folks or family members, great, even better, please. Or like someone like, they own a huge car company and they have like, I don't know, hundreds of billions of dollars and they're making the world a better place. Yeah, please, let this person earn, I don't know, hundreds of billions of dollars. So one is the income and the other one is the net worth. So I think so put some tests in there. So we don't get like, I don't know, some crazy slave driver to become a billionaire and then, just take advantage of the rest of the population. I don't think that's good. Yeah. I mean, so there's more to come. I'll touch up more on these topics. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So there's the wage gap, as they say, I think, wage gap, where the CEO earns like, I don't know, 1,000 times more than the line worker. I don't think that's a good idea. Or 1 million times more, whatever. I mean, there's got to be some regulation, I would say. Doesn't have to be the same, but some fair compensation for everyone so they can live happy and healthily. Oh yeah, and then also, why not have like a 3-day work week? That means people who work 3 days, 8 hours per day, they have enough to survive. And then if they want to earn more, they can work another 3 days a week. Now they're working 6 days a week and they're earning double. Great. But with 3 days a week, they earn enough to survive and be happy. And then other 4 days, they can increase their intelligence by education because they have the time and they can spend time with their family or play basketball or whatever. Just be peaceful and happy. Nothing to worry about. Just make everybody more happy. Increase the happiness. Yeah, folks, many more things to come. The Love Intology Club, that's why I created it. Concept, I created it a long time ago when I was young. Of course, it's up to debate. Is it going to happen tonight? I doubt it. But it's a start. I have been talking about this to many people around the world, and most people get it and like it. That's the resonance so far, the responses. So, I wouldn't mind. That's why I came up with it. I've thought about it for a long time. Yeah, folks. Freedom bicycle. Oh, I know I gotta exercise. It is 12:48 in the morning after. I'm a night owl. Yeah, folks. Yeah. That was a good introduction, like just a little bit, different topics. I'm looking forward for many interviews, conversations, partners, fake calls. I'll just tell you what I think, folks. If you like it, great. If you don't, 8 billion people. It's a paradox. Never going to be perfect, I think. I mean, never say never. Let's make this perfect. Let's have thousands of years of peace and 1 billion scientists. With 1 billion scientists, can you imagine what we can do with that? I can. How does one become a scientist? Well, either way, go through high school education, university, that helps, and then work on it more longer. Or people can do it actually for free. On the YouTubes and other websites, they teach this stuff for free, the scientific principles. That's very easy to learn. It's not very complicated. That only takes like a few weeks maximum. And then do it 1 hour per day, 4 to 5 days a week. That should be fine. And then just keep at it. Be consistent. And then pick a topic. Pick something that you like to do. Like, I don't know. It could be playing tennis or baking pizzas, or it could be mathematics, computer science, religion, whatever, surgery, many topics in the world that people can study. And then continue this rhythm 4 or 5 days a week, 1 hour per day, for 3 to 5 years at least on that particular topic. People can change topics too. Of course, they have to restart, but after 3 to 5 years of studying one topic consistently with the scientific methodologies, people can become like a halfway decent scientist, and then after 7, 8, 9, 10 years, they're going to be expert. If they just stick to it, whatever it is, car mechanic, computer scientist, whatever, astrophysicist, just start one day and always continue, whatever it is. Yeah, folks. And then, of course, that's for one person. And then 1 billion people have to slowly start at some point and keep going and keep going and keep going. And so it takes a while for everybody to get going. And then, so after, let's say, 10 to 20 years, we're going to have maybe 1 billion scientists. And then we can study everything in detail and make life for everybody so much better. And on top of it, with the multiple thousands of years of peace. There's no destruction, no nonsense. Yeah, folks, that's just an idea. Love Intology Club. Your boy, Dr. Hans, PhD. In California, USA, for you. I love you all, folks. I wish you all good health, success, and happiness. Until next time. Ciao, ciao, ciao.